Dr. Simi was like, you can't depend on another person for love. You have to, love comes from within. If you depend on another person,
First of all, the Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is the future of grooming and, dare I say, the greatest bald trimmer ever. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BeHappy at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code BeHappy.
Yeah, I have to pee in a cup, whatever they call. They give you 2 hours, and that's it.
2 hours.
Yeah, so like wherever you are, you've got like 2 hours to get where you're going. So with that being said, like when I go out of town, I have to like get permission. Mm-hmm. But it's not something that like happens all the time either.
Yeah.
You know, it's more so infrequent. But I'm also like not like, you know, I wasn't caught like smoking crack.
That's good. I had to drop randomly after my second DUI.
How many have you got in total?
2.
2?
And a public intox.
That's pretty good. Were they, how did you ever blow, first of all?
Yeah, each time.
Oh, why? Don't blow.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do...
I know that shit now. I wouldn't have fucking did it, but, you know.
Dude.
I thought I could beat it.
Oh, you were confident in your ability.
Yes.
But it was a confidence that was kind of unwarranted.
It was wrong. Yeah.
How far off were you?
Shit. The first one was like it was twice.
Oh yeah, so you were good.
Twice the limit, and then the second one was not quite as much.
No.
Maybe 1.5 times over the regular limit.
I know a girl that this is fucking funny. So this girl is in Cleveland that I know. She goes to lives in like the Sandusky kind of area.
Yeah.
I think it is. Goes out to a wedding, and she was like 10 minutes away from the wedding venue to her house. Right? So she's not like far away or anything like that. And she drives home with like her dude or whatever. They get pulled over. Girl, first of all, like we need the body camera footage so we can all talk about, like, you put it up for exactly what not to do, right? Pulls over, and she, except for being courteous to the cop, you know, so nothing happened, but she pulls over, blows, and then she gets arrested, goes in, doesn't get a lawyer, doesn't get a court-appointed lawyer, walks in, gets 6 days in jail. This is literally, dude, like, the whitest girl ever, you know what I mean? And she's just like, I'm just gonna go spend 6 days in jail over a fucking DUI. I'm like, what are you doing? Get a court-appointed lawyer.
Yeah.
You won't have to do it. It's her first offense. There was nothing else in the car. That's it. And then she got her license suspended for some like insane period of time. But I would love to see the body camera footage for that.
I would like to see that too. Man, my first one, I did not go to jail. I got a year probation. I didn't have to blow. I didn't have to do shit but report once a month.
Really?
Yeah, once a month I had to report. It was a slap on the wrist, and I got a court-appointed lawyer. And I would show up hungover. This is Michigan. Yeah.
How are Michigan
They're
cops?
terrible. They're not fucking around with the DUIs. They do not play around with that stuff in Michigan.
How, after you got your DUIs, how depressed were you?
How what?
Like, depressed were you?
I was not.
And not at all.
No, I kept drinking. What the fuck you talking about? Gonna be sad? Nah.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, I can't drive
like
drunk.
A fucking quitter, dude.
Yeah, I just didn't drive drunk as much. The first DUI, you know, I made sure I drove to wherever I'm going. I spend the night, whatever it is. I did the year probation. And then I think 2 years later, I got my second one.
Oh, so there's a pretty good distance in between.
21 and 23.
What were you pulled over for, though?
The first year, I don't know. First year, I think I was swerving.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was swerving real bad. And then the cops, they zoomed past us. We was the only ones on the freeway. Zoom passes, then they slammed on their brakes.
That's the worst. The U-turn?
They slammed on their brakes and then got behind us. It was over with from there. Second one, we was coming from the club, and there was an altercation that happened in the club, so we got removed from the club. And then the people I was with, we went into the gas station. Some wild shit happened at the gas station.
Ever happens at the gas station.
Man, yeah, I think it was like 12:30 at night or something like that. And then the clerk called the police. Police followed us from the gas station down the freeway, flicked us, asked us a bunch of questions, and then they're like, yeah, we got a call about the gas station situation. And you been drinking? I said, yeah. But I thought I was confident with the test. And I got out, I did everything correctly, and then I blew. And that's where I fucked up.
I feel like people, like, when they get pulled over, too, like the rhetorical question is, like, have you been drinking? It's like, fucking...
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They know.
I think I said I had 2 Long Islands or something like that. I don't know.
When did you start doing comedy?
Man, I started doing comedy. First time I got on stage, I was 18 years old. I was still in high school. I was at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle, and I did very well. Very well. To the point to where the second time I went, I didn't practice, I didn't rehearse. I'm like, I'm the shit. I'm good.
You knew what it was.
I knew what it was. And then the second time I went up, it was trash. Because I was so high on that high horse from the first time I went up. I thought I was top dog. And then I got humbled real quick. And then I stopped doing it for like 2 years. I was, just partying, chasing girls, going back and forth to Canada because you can drink over there.
Oh yeah, in Canada.
Yeah, once you're 19, you can party over there. It was a good time.
About that. People used to go to Toronto all the time.
Yeah, Windsor was right over there where I was at.
What was?
Windsor.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Windsor, dude.
Oh yeah.
You're from Detroit.
Yeah.
Are you you're like a Lions fan and everything?
Lions fan. I'm a Tigers fan. I want the Red Wings to win. I want the Pistons to win.
Hockey's big for you guys.
Yeah. I haven't really watched hockey like that much since like Yzerman and Fedorov, back in the 90s when they was tearing shit up.
That's it. How old are you?
I'm 35.
35?
Yeah. Well, I'll be 35 tomorrow.
Oh, no way. Happy birthday.
Appreciate that, man.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. So I've been to Detroit a couple times.
Yeah.
But every time I go to Detroit, it is like it's just not great. To be real honest.
Why?
I'm not from Cleveland, man.
Oh well, shit. Just don't mention Ohio State. You good?
It's just like I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've always had a rough time in Detroit.
It's so crazy because I know people from Ohio, and I'll say I'm from Detroit, and they'll be like, okay, cool, that's what's up. But if I say I'm from Michigan, then they're like, oh, boo. Hail to the victors, hail to the victors.
Never done this interview.
Oh, we whooped y'all, didn't we? We beat y'all this year.
You know what you did?
And last year in the snow.
You know what's funny? I did. Yeah, I just got to kind of sit in that one.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say to that.
It's all good, man.
But I just interviewed one of my good buddies, Cardell Jones.
Okay.
He was a quarterback in 2015 when we won the national championship.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys won the national championship?
You got us on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Got it. I just wanted to make sure I got one,
It's okay.
Someone's got to do it.
Is it easy to get into Ohio State?
No, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to get into Michigan, too.
I think it used to be easy, actually.
It used to be? It was never easy to get into Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe in, like, other years, it was, like, a lot easier, It was, I think this is back in the 80s and 90s. I think it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
Now you got to have, like, a 35, probably, like, a 4.0 to actually get in there.
Yeah?
I think even possibly higher than that.
Wow.
Actually. Yeah. It's like a pretty good school. They also have, but what they do is they have satellite campuses.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what ends up happening is, if you can't get into Ohio State, you'll get, like, deferred to, like, a satellite campus in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's how that works. But
okay.
Yeah, Ohio State's a great school.
Nice.
I love the campus, but the parties are obviously
out of this world.
Ohio University is out of this world.
Okay.
OU.
Yeah, they're green, right?
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. I mean, it's like It's one of those places you like go to. You'll never forget it. It'll be the most disgusting experience of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just dirty.
I partied at both Michigan State and Michigan, and
you know what it is.
Michigan parties are a little more exclusive. They're more closed off. You got to know some people. Michigan State is a little more inviting. Shit, I went out there. I don't know. Their homecoming week, man. Everybody had their doors open, bro, and you could just walk in the door. Okay, leave this house, go to the next house. It was wild.
I was always a fan of going to Ohio State games.
Yeah.
Obviously, the rivalry is always fun. You know what I mean? No matter what, right? You develop a connection with it.
That's one thing I have not done, like been there personally for the rivalry game.
I've never been to a rivalry game either.
Yeah. Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah. No. Damn. That would be nice.
We'll go when it's in Columbus.
I went to a Michigan game once at the big house, and then they were selling shirts like beat the Ohio State Fuckeyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it said.
I always see the fuck Michigan shirts. That's just what they say.
When I went to Columbus,
dude is fuck Michigan.
I went to Columbus, and I think it was for a show, comedy show, and they was like, "Yo, just say you're from Detroit. Don't say you're from Michigan." Like I was saying.
Right.
And it was a Jeep, and the awning of not the awning, but the emblem of the Jeep was a Michigan Wolverine football player.
No way.
Yeah, like getting hit, like they running them over. I feel like that was worse than the shirt that said "fuck eyes."
Dude, you get some people get really raw with their shirts. You know what I mean? Like people get nasty nowadays, man.
Yeah.
Like people put anything on a shirt, anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think saying being able to put "fuck anything" on a shirt is really kind of bold. You know, you're kind of really setting the tone there. So you start in comedy. It's back in what year is that?
2006.
2006?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you moved to Los Angeles when?
2017.
Okay, and what led to your move?
I needed
and how hard was it? And also, sorry to cut you off. What led to your move, and how hard was it for you when you first got here to make that transition from a guy from Detroit in the Midwest to here in LA?
It wasn't that hard. What led to it was I needed a change of scenery. I was partying too much. I was wasting time, man. Dating this girl, man. I was going crazy, and then the projects that I was working on, they weren't doing too well to my liking. So I left, man. I left in the middle of the night. I was crying. Got on the plane, and I was wasted off Johnny Walker Black, and just said, fuck it, I'm going. I grabbed a toothbrush, a Bible. I left, man. I left in the middle of the night. The transition of me being a Detroit comic versus a comedian out here, it was not tough. It was kind of challenging, but in a good way, though. In a good way, because I was so raw with everything that I was doing back in the city in Detroit. You know, I didn't really have a filter, and then I moved out here and I was myself, but it was so raw. It was like blue magic, like too raw for people's nose. They like dial it back a little bit, so I had to figure out how to do that without, not being myself.
So as far as a job goes, when you're coming out to Los Angeles, you're gonna be a comic.
Oh man,
I
had it. Yeah, it was for me, man. I didn't understand it because I got experience in bartending, and so I had a decent resume. I bartended at the Marriott, bartended at the Aloft, and those are notable, credible establishments.
Right.
So I came with my resume. I'm like, "What's happening? I need the job." They're like, "All right, but what have you done out here?" Like, I just got out here. Okay, but who do you know out here? Like, I don't know anybody out here. I've not worked out here. I've worked in Michigan. You can call them. Okay, my name good out there. I'm a good worker. I know what I'm doing.
That's so funny.
What's happening? Give me a job. And it took a while. They're like, nah, we'll call you.
Really?
Yeah. So then I ended up getting a security job at Macy's, stopping people from stealing shit that I steal. That shit was weird.
Like you could pull off a Macy's. Do they give you a Macy's uniform?
The red jacket.
Macy's has great
VSO.
stuff.
Visual Security Officer.
I like it.
Don't like it. It
Why
wasn't
not?
shit. I mean, it was a job. You know, I couldn't touch you. I couldn't grab hold of you. I would just try to just
Yeah, but it's
deter
not
you
that
from
it's
stealing.
not that you can't. It's you can't do it. But like, just if you're a criminal though, and you see like a bigger guy coming at you, you're gonna, like,
get
nervous,
the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
I saw it coming every time, man. And they would. Only time I would get upset was when they weren't slick about it. They almost like they made it to the point that like I was a fool. They weren't slick about it. It was just like, oh, you really think I'm stupid? That I didn't like that. So when people gang up, what they do is they'll have a person distract you, then they'll have other people, steal or whatever. So this group of dudes come in and it's we about to close. And so this guy, he's walking in. I had seen him earlier today. He was by himself. So this time he brought his buddy, his accomplice. So he walks in and go to the back. Okay, that's where the polo section at. They steal the polos, steal the Levi's. That shit expensive. And so this guy, he walks in, and then his buddy was like, "Hey, bro, can you show me where I forget what he said, such and such is?" And I say, "Yeah, it's if you take this highway this way right here, go straight to the back, make a left, you'll be right there." "Yeah, but can you show me?" I said, "No, I can't show you. But you can walk over there if you want, if you really want to go over there." And he was like, "Well, why you can't show me?" I was like, "Man, how your buddy who's stealing over there show you?" And he was mad. He was like, "Bro, where you from, bro?"
Busted immediately.
He was like, "Where you from, man?" I was like, "I'm from Detroit, Michigan." "Where you from?" He was like, "I'm from over here, man. I'm from over here." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
All right.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, dude.
Take whatever you want. I'm not
How
stopping
many
you,
people
bro.
would try to steal? Like, it would happen a lot.
Every day it should have happened all the time.
Really?
Yeah. It was different stuff. Some people would come in and steal socks. Some people would steal everything. Some people would just steal like some jewelry, like petty shit, like earrings, something real
What's the
small.
biggest ticket
cool. The biggest ticket item?
Yeah, somebody
probably
tried to
like
take-
something from Polo. You know?
Really?
Yeah, because that's
They do have a
the
good
Macy's
Polo
that I worked
selection
at.
there.
Yeah, the Macy's that I worked at, that was the most expensive thing in the store. Besides that and jewelry, but like the expensive shit, they couldn't really steal that unless they tried it on and run out.
Were you attached to a mall?
It was like
Or was it like
a
a freestanding Macy's? I guess I've never seen a freestanding Macy's.
kind of like a freestanding. It wasn't inside of a mall. It was
Okay.
like a strip.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a strip.
Yeah, like a. I kind of like Macy's. I don't know. I don't really.
Oh, I like Macy's too.
I go
They got some good stuff.
So, when you moved out here,
Yeah,
money had changed, obviously.
money changed
Right.
tremendously. I ran through 5,000 in a month off Ubers alone. Ubers and feed myself.
It. Ubers, dude.
Yeah.
Food out here is expensive, bro. There's so much Mexican food. All we've eaten is fucking Mexican.
Yeah, street tacos.
Dude, yeah, like street
Hustlers.
tacos, Del Taco, this taco, that taco, every fucking taco. Dude.
Yeah, I haven't had all that.
Dude, there is nothing but Mexican food.
Yeah, I've had the street tacos, but I haven't had the Del tacos, all that other shit.
The problem is they just make you fat. And so I just can't.
Just gotta work out.
I just need to work out. That's the
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm just fat shaming myself. So what do you so you come out to LA, you start doing comedy.
Yeah.
Did you immediately start doing comedy? Or was your move driven by comedy? You said you were leaving in the middle of the night crying. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that. Was it because you were just so sick?
I knew I was making a major decision.
Okay.
I never moved anywhere. I dropped everything. I didn't have priorities, I didn't have obligations for real. It was just me. So I'm like, I'm leaving. It was my home. So I knew I was leaving. And this was November, right after Thanksgiving. So I love New York. So I couldn't just sleep in the park in New York. I'd fucking freeze to death, And my plan was like, if I have to, I'll sleep on the beach out here. But I had never been here before. I didn't know that the shit gets cold out here too at night. You forget that they teach you that about the desert. That shit get cold, bro. Cold.
Dude, it gets real cold out
Cold.
at night, dude.
Yeah.
It's real cold out at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting, like, to make that move on passion, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, this isn't it. I need to change,
Yeah.
Acknowledging that is so big, and that's obviously what you did, right? So, like,
That's what I did.
I think I've been through the same thing where like you have to acknowledge what has happened to you, and then when you decide to make that change, you just have to grow and be better every day, right?
Yeah.
Why did you decide you needed to change? What needed to change about you?
I needed to chase my dreams, man. I needed to go somewhere else. If I didn't, I would have stayed at the crib, and I would have done the same stuff over and over and over, or worse. Some people don't have to leave the crib to better themselves. I needed a new location. For some people, it's just a change of scenery, as far as like a change of group of friends, and they don't have to change their location. Me, it was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right.
If I don't, I'm gonna be something that I don't want to be. I'm gonna be stagnant. I'm gonna just plateau. That's it. And I knew myself. That's what it was gonna be. I was probably gonna have about 6, 7 baby mamas.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I was gonna be cool with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that normal around you?
Yes. Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. 6,
2 or 3.
7?
Yeah.
I think 3.
I was gonna have 6.
I think 3 is where I start to go. That's a lot.
Yeah, see, you're more disciplined than I am. I got an addictive personality, so whatever I like, I love it, and I'm gonna keep on doing it.
So you're just out here fucking gonna...
That's what I was gonna be like, man.
That's crazy.
I was gonna be like that, man.
What's the most baby mamas that you know one guy to have?
Personally,
Yeah.
7.
7.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah.
7 baby mamas.
My daddy got 7.
That's impressive, dude.
Is it impressive to you?
I think
That shit crazy. Well, how many Nick Cannon got? I don't know him personally though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
He got a lot.
She's all right.
Yeah.
She's cool. Yeah, she's kind of cool.
Okay.
But I think I'm also kind of lucky with the laid back shit that I get to deal with versus, I think just statistically speaking, in 7,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's going to be problems, right? Like, what if you get 3 of them on one day, which isn't even at that point the majority, and they're all in a bad mood for some reason, right?
Yeah.
That's on you. Well, it's going to be your problem at least, right?
Yeah.
So, shout out your dad. You probably put up with a lot of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you perform on a regular basis out here? And what is your genre of comedy, if that makes sense?
I do perform on a regular basis out here. I'm at the Comedy Store a lot, and then I'm in different spots wherever people book me at, different bars, different venues. Sometimes the Laugh Factory, sometimes the Improv. My genre is things that I have been through personally, man. Relationships. I can tell you a lot about that. I can tell you a whole lot about partying, clubbing.
You're a club guy.
Yeah. I went to the club every weekend.
Dang,
every weekend.
Dude. See, the club is crazy because you're just. I mean, you get it in at the club, you know.
Yeah.
You get it in, but it's expensive at the club, dude.
Well, I always had jobs that were kind of lucrative. They were just like, I don't know, not big money, but just money you can spend quick. So bartending jobs or whatever tip jobs. Pizza delivery guy. You might get $200. I'm like, hey, let's go to the club. My buddy's like, I can't, man. I'm tapped out.
Right.
I'm spending it all. I'm like, shit, I got $150, bro.
Yeah, we're
okay,
good.
$20. I pay your way, pay my way, man. We can get a bottle before we go in. Sip on that, okay? Get 1 drink, 2 drinks in the club, we party. Dance with these ladies, all that other shit. That's what my 20s was like.
Party. Did you ever get into drugs besides like alcohol?
No, I smoke weed occasionally, but that was it.
That was it. You don't smoke weed or anything like that anymore?
Nah, that shit make me stupid.
I offered Darius an edible before this, and he's like, "Nah, dude, I don't want none of that."
I'm good, man. I'll be stuck, bro.
Really?
Yes. That is not a good decision for me.
I don't think it necessarily makes anybody better, but I don't know. It doesn't make me any worse.
Teach his own, man. Some people got a lot of anxiety, and I heard that the marijuana helps you calm that anxiety. Or if they're really sick, they kind of like smoke weed to ease their pain.
I take Lexapro, bro, and it used to kind of make me feel better.
What's Lexapro?
It made me feel the same way. It's like an antidepressant.
Depressant?
Yeah.
Pussy was my antidepressant.
Really? So you're addicted to pussy?
I wouldn't say that, but that was my goal. You know, anytime we go out, we didn't go out to have a good time. Well, let's go out, let's hang out with the guys. No, we're going out to see who we can slay.
I feel like everybody goes out for that reason. I've had people before like, oh my god, I don't go out just to have sex. I get it, like, go out with friends, have fun or whatever, but like, if you're a guy, like, that's on your mind, dude.
I feel like at a certain point, you do go out just to hang out with the fellas. Like, you passed all that, you've done all that, you're just kicking it, you just want to get out the house. You don't want to do nothing crazy because you know what you got at the crib, and you don't want to lose that shit. You just want to get away from, I don't know, responsibilities, feminine energy, kids. Like women. Women sometimes they tend to go out with they homegirls. They don't want to go get slayed or, you know, get fucking laid up with nobody. They just want to have a good time and then go back to you know. And that's it.
Yeah.
But you got to go through a bunch of shit. Go through life before you get to that maturity level, I think.
Yeah, I think the other side of it, too, is, like, when you get to the point... See, I don't know, man, because, like... The whole cheating... Like, I don't know, man, like...
Well, I got so many thoughts about cheating. I have been cheated on at least twice that I know about.
Okay. So definitely more.
How many times have I done it? I couldn't tell you. In my life, I don't know. I do not know.
You don't know.
That many.
What do you do to combat that now? Like, do you want to be in a relationship? Do you not want to be in a relationship? Is it one of those things where you're like kind of like does it drive you away from it because of how you were made to feel previously? Where you're like, I don't want to feel like that again.
You don't want to. Well, me personally, I don't want to personally hurt a person's feelings because I know that's gonna hurt a motherfucker. So you gotta be straight up and let a person know, whoever you with, like, hey, listen, this is what I want. If you want to be open, but you gotta be ready to accept the fact that they have to be open too. You can't be the only one, you know, getting some extra trim on the side. They gotta be able to get their shit too, you know. And that's a hard pill to swallow for anybody, especially for a man, because the man's ego is very, very, very fragile.
It is,
you know. And or you just don't date, you know. You just hook up. There's some people out here who want to just hook up.
I know, but like here's okay. So here's the question then, because there's a fine line here. You can't go on these dating apps and say, "Hey, I just want to hook up."
Yeah, you can.
Explain this to me, because. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, you
I'm not
can.
gonna say anything else.
You type not looking for anything serious, just looking for a good time. That's it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You can't be like, I'm just looking to fuck. You can't do that.
Dang, I was like gonna do that.
No, it's like just looking for a good time. Nothing serious, just looking for a good time. And then if they like you, be like, hey, what's up? Got to the chase. Like, shit, what you doing later? What you doing later this week? Let's hang out.
Question though, right? Because like I just feel like a lot of girls aren't just. All right, I'll put it to you this way.
Maybe the ones you like.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. You like them dirty, nasty girls.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
But you just said that's how you do it, so you must know from experience, right?
Well, yeah, trial and error. This trial and error, but there are some. You never know what a person going through.
Listen,
so you
dude,
might
I'm
like
guilty too, bro. I'm just kidding. 100%.
You might get a not a dirty, nasty girl, but very classy woman who's going through some shit, and she want to get back at her old man, or she wanna, I don't know, she want to see what it's like.
Really good point.
She want to see what it's like to just be free, you know.
What do you value most in a relationship, and then what do you value most about yourself now?
Value most in a relationship is unconditional love. You know, no matter what it is, we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna make it work. The thing I value about myself now is like being able to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I used to lie a lot.
Yeah, so I'm
to control the narrative.
I had the same issue.
You can't be scared to lose, man. You gotta be ready and prepared to because you made your bed. You made your bed, so you got to lay in it. So when you don't lie, you tell the truth. The right things happen. The things that are supposed to happen. But then when you lie, it's like you might control some shit and you keep a person around when they really were supposed to leave, so you can get somebody else, or they can find somebody better than you, and y'all can be with who y'all really supposed to be with. But it's hard for a person to understand that because you just, selfish.
I think the worst part too is like the hypocritical part of it, and portion of it for people that do lie and have lied, and for people that have never had that issue.
Yeah.
It's very hard for them to understand. I don't want to ever say it's impossible, because it's not necessarily impossible for anybody to understand something like that. But, yeah, man, it'll ruin your whole life.
It can.
And what it did for me, and I ruined it. And I think looking back now, it's like a lot of what it's like, even with the craziness within this podcast and scheduling stuff and getting things done.
Yeah.
And making it work is like, I just trying every single day to get better,
Yeah.
And that really became the purpose behind this, because of what had happened to me before. Like, yo, dude, I was a mess, bro. Drinking every night, doing coke as often as I could, like just getting fucked up. And people don't realize how serious of a problem it is. And then once you get going with it, you just perpetuate, and you'll lie about fucking anything, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
when things changed for me, that was a big moment, but it's a work in progress. I really don't feel like anybody can just sit there and say like, oh, I'll never do that again, or I'll never lie again in my life, or whatever it might be, without like putting in repetitive work for years to come.
Nothing happens overnight.
Yeah,
you got to be true with yourself.
Yeah.
And then once you true with yourself, you can be true with the other people and be like, this is who I am. I'm either going through this, or like, I'm this way and this is how I'm going to be. I'm not changing. And somebody going to accept you for who you are, as long as you ain't damaging to yourself. You ain't damaging your body physically, or you're not a negative thinker, thinking positive. People going to rock with you. You know what I'm saying?
What's the hardest thing you've ever been through in your life?
I don't know, man. Shit. Probably being away from family.
That's tough, isn't it?
Being away from family is very tough.
Did your lying ever prevent you from being close with any of your family members?
No.
Never?
No. Only people I really lied to were like girlfriends. Because I had cheated. Yeah. I was trying to like not let them leave, but then I learned I'm blocking my blessings too. So let me just be upfront, be like, yo, I fucked around. Or be proactive.
You always tell on yourself?
Be proactive. Yeah.
Really?
Always came clean if I got caught.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But cheating is a wild thing. A lot of people get cheated on. What's crazy is a lot of people don't know they have been cheated on because they don't know.
That's wild, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know I got cheated on.
It's not a nice thing to do, man. It's a very selfish, fucked up thing to do. Just gotta be open.
It's definitely one of those things. It's like it sucks. Every time I've been cheated on, it sucks. The most recent time, it was like it threw me hard in the beginning of a tailspin. I felt like, because you feel, dude, as you get cheated on, you feel like you're like, yo, I'm not good enough. And then like when you don't have all the answers to what
it ain't even you. Sometimes it ain't even you. It's the other person.
Yeah, I think for everything that I had done wrong, though, you had that sense still of responsibility, right?
Not all the time.
I don't think I should feel it all the time. I don't think I should have felt the full responsibility I did, or took it out of myself as hard as I did. There's a lot of things I did wrong, but yeah, dude, that fucked me up.
Yeah,
for sure. I was like, no way, like that. I gained a bunch of weight, bro. I'm like probably like 25 pounds heavier than I was a year ago.
You were sad.
Oh, and like, yeah, you're just sad. And I'm not. That was not like,
Yeah, I've sat there and I've cried. I've done all that shit.
Yeah,
I've seen something online today.
I asked my boy right here. I said, when's the last time you cried? I asked him the other day. He goes, when I was a kid.
For real?
I swear, that's what he said, dude. I'm like way too much of an emotional human being to not cry once in a while.
Man, if you gotta cry, you gotta let it out. It's good to cry. But I seen something online today. Dr. Simi was like, you can't depend on another person for love. You have to, love comes from within. If you depend on another person, that's not good, because they might fall out of love with you, right? They might pass away. Mm-hmm. All types of things can happen. So now, like, you were depending on this other person for love. Love them, but don't depend on another motherfucker. Depend on yourself for love.
My old roommate and a good friend of mine, his name's Holden Bell. Shout out Holden. He's a man. And he told me, told me this a couple years ago, he's like, no one will ever love you more than you.
Right.
You know, and like, that is the truest fucking shit ever. Yeah. It really is. Because you can never be in a relationship with somebody where themselves is less important, right? What they feel, what they want, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's insane.
I seen that motherfucker, bro. I'm ready to kick my feet up. I'm about to kick my feet up, bro.
Ran out. We're in fucking West Hollywood too, right?
Yeah,
damn,
man,
bro.
There's rats everywhere, bro.
I'm just getting those rats over here. Where are we? What is this hotel called? The Lux? The Lux? That's pretty nice.
It's nice, man. I ain't never been back here, bro.
We called earlier, and we were like, I called and I was like, hey, can I do a podcast here? And they're like, no. You know what I mean? You're like,
we did it anyway.
They said but they asked for like a
press release or shit.
No, they told me I had to talk to somebody else who like was unavailable or whatever. So I was like, okay. So we came here, we checked in, and then I saw that the front desk manager was different. Somebody got off work. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
And it was this beautiful young lady at the front.
Yeah.
So I went and I sweet talked her a little bit, and I was like, hey, would you mind if we did this? I was like, I only have a couple cameras and whatever. And
yeah.
About it. Oh, yeah, I don't see that'd be a problem. I was like, sweet, dude.
There it is.
I mean, we got a suite, but it's not as nice as out
here.
Yeah. Not even close. Did you, so what were your plans tonight? You were going to come out here, hit the comedy store, it's closed, they're doing shit?
Yeah, I was going to do that shit.
What do you do for fun right now? Like, what's your...
That's what I do for fun, man. I do that for fun. I hang out with my daughter.
You have a daughter?
Yeah. Oh. She's almost 2. She'll be 2 in July.
Did you have her with your wife?
Yeah, had her with my wife. We got married 2 months before she was born. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you religious?
I was born religious, raised religious, right. Spiritual.
Sorry.
I still believe. I keep hold of my faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of being a dad? I have a 6-year-old son. Love being a dad. What's your favorite part?
Just watching her do her thing. Just seeing her personality unfold.
Isn't it the best, like, watching them grow and, like, seeing them learn and shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the best.
Seeing parts of me, wondering who she gonna be like. Be like me, be like her mama.
Do you have a fear of being a parent, raising a child in this world? Because, like, the more and more my son gets older, man, it just freaks me out more. What he knows, the things he's spoken to me about, the shit he sees online. And, like, I just don't want my kid to be the fucking kid that plays Call of Duty and then go fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We go lights up a school, man.
Yeah, I don't have any of those fears. I don't have any fears right now. I don't. Even though I have a daughter, I don't have any fears. I'm going to raise her to have as much game as I do. So she can see a heartbreak coming a mile away. Okay? And she can choose to deal with whoever she going to deal with. And be wise. You know? Be smart. You try to set things up for her to where, like, she has options. You know, whether she wants to go into business for herself or she want to go to college. I want all those things to be set up for her and she be straight. She got options.
Do you ever plan on moving back to Detroit? Do you ever go back to Detroit? I'm assuming you have family there, so they probably want to.
Yeah, all my family is. Right? All my family is back at the crib. I thought about going back, like when I'm like really well off financially. I might get some property there.
You get a lot of property, bro. You get well off out here.
Yeah.
You just go out there and just get whatever you want, dude.
Oh yeah. So that's a plan. And
Support for the But Are You Happy podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code BEHAPPY at manscaped.com. And if my math is correct, that's about 16 million balls.
When I moved back from Florida, man, I used to live in Florida, and I lived in Dallas with him.
Yeah.
And that was like fucking 10 years ago, something like that now. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But I went home, man, and I realized ain't nothing changed.
Right.
Ain't nobody else changed.
Yeah.
Y'all just still doing the same shit. And I think, too, after I went through what I told you about, that's why I like making a change was so important. You know? Because, like, I'm in it, you're in the car business all day. It's not necessarily the most honest fucking, business to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just was hard to lead a life in the car business and then come home and go, oh, wait a second, you're supposed to be somebody, like, this isn't who you want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be this person now from these hours, so.
You gotta be disciplined, man, and it's like comfortability could be very damaging to you.
Yeah.
And that's what it was for me. It was like I was so comfortable. I'm like, just drop me off downtown. I'll be cool. Be wasted. I'll find my way to my grandma's house. I know how to get home from here. It don't matter. But like out here, it's like I'm not comfortable. So it's like I got work to do.
Out here's different, dude.
Very different.
Like we spend time all over. So like we'll go like LA, do an interview in San Diego.
Yeah.
Well, we were up towards you today. Now we're down in back in West Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
We go back down to. We go to the desert tomorrow.
Damn.
Trying to think where else do we go. We have another one in West Hollywood here on Saturday, and then we got to be back in Orange County on Monday for Ian. So like we just kind of bust up all over, man. But I'll tell you, it's interesting going through the different areas, meeting the different people, because it is so uncomfortable everywhere here all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it truly is. You never know who you're gonna run into. You never know who you're gonna see. Dude, we were filling up gas today, and fucking, do you know who J.R. Smith is?
Yeah.
J.R. Smith. He was just standing next to his fucking Urus, his Lambo Urus, which was sick. He did it right, like a matte gray. Well done, J.R.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is sick. Yeah, but I didn't post the picture I took with him because, one, I look really fat in the picture. Like, really fat. And then the second reason I did is because he did not look like he wanted anything to do with getting a picture taken at that point. Yeah. So I totally feel it,
Yeah.
Where do you get your joke writing from? You know what I mean? Like, where do you write, and how do you come up with your jokes? What do you usually see? What inspires you on a joke?
Just life. I'll say it's typically a conversation at first. So whatever idea I have about whatever's going on, I'll say it out loud. And if a person laughs, then I'll remember it or jot it down, and then try to structure it like it's a joke. Come up with some random setup, a better setup that I can display to the audience, and then try that shit on stage.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a time where you're going on stage and you just failed miserably?
Yes.
Besides that one time?
That one time? Yeah. I was wasted one time. I couldn't remember none of my jokes. Yeah, they said, we need you to be semi-clean. I was fucking drunk. I'm like, I don't know how to be clean now. Damn. So I was just in my head the entire set. Yeah. And
how long was that set?
I don't know, man. It's supposed to be 7 to 8 minutes. I did like 5. The host came up, grabbed the mic. It's like, give it up for Darius, man. He fucked up.
Oh my god, damn, that's the worst, bro. You were probably so pissed.
I was embarrassed, and I don't get embarrassed. But I'm like, damn, I let myself down, let the team down. I had to sober up somehow and do it again. They gave me another shot like an hour and a half later.
No way.
Yeah. it went from a F to like a C minus performance.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you know what though? Like that's important, right? Like it's important that you get back on the horse too, because
that's why it's a lesson. A lot of people think that they're funnier when they're high, when they're funnier when they're drunk. No,
they're not.
No, you're not. You think you are, but it's like you toe up.
All right, so like speaking about that, like Bert Kreischer, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a drinker.
The machine.
The machine, dude.
Yeah.
So, do you think he like thinks he's funny or drunk, or do you think he's funny or drunk? Because like that's the kind of guy you like see him drinking, and you can see him drinking during a podcast or a show. But like
people like him.
I don't know if that's him ramping up. I'm assuming it's alcohol. I'm assuming he's not just drinking like faking alcohol. It's probably not. It's fucking
no. If he's drinking alcohol, he's probably drinking alcohol. But people really enjoy who he is, and he is who he is, and
100%.
And people like him.
Who's your favorite comedian right now?
Right now, myself, all time.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think you're most comparable to comedically, or who do you model yourself after mostly? Right?
I try not to model myself after anybody because I want to be original. I want to stand out, be myself. But I tell stories and I'm raw, so like similar to Richard Pryor. I'm not too political. I don't do political stuff. I used to do clean stuff. It was just for the money. Okay. You know, it wasn't really what I wanted to do, who I was, my brand for real. It was just a paycheck.
Is that a tough thing sometimes too? Is kind of going through the part where you have to be like, okay, well, like, I need to make the money, but like, I really don't want this at all. That this isn't me. You know what I mean?
No, I haven't done that yet. I haven't got to that level yet.
You haven't got to that yet?
No, but like, you're not supposed to think about the money. You're supposed to, fall in love with the art, and then the money comes after that.
What is your biggest goal right now that you have for yourself? Whether it's in comedy or life, whatever it might be.
I need an Oscar, an Academy Award.
That'd be a phenomenal.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Best actor.
What's your goal for the next year?
For the next year?
Yeah, let's say
be financially free.
Okay.
Have everything set up the way I'm comfortable, my family's comfortable, cool. That's a goal.
That's a big goal.
Yeah.
That's a big goal. Yeah, I think as a parent, especially when you're going through all those different things that you deal with every day, whether it's like at your regular job, at the when you're doing comedy, as a parent, and you're just growing every day as a person, and you're going through things. That's a lot. You know what I mean? That's a lot. Somebody's on your shoulders. I always find it interesting. I always say like everybody has a fucking story. You never know what someone's going through.